Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to another important CT 360 series session. So guys, we all know that in these sessions we cover the most important G and ESI current affairs which are really very important from the exam point of view. Okay, so today we will be covering the important current affairs from 18th to 19th of February 2025, and I believe that all of you are really preparing well for your upcoming examinations, right? So the aspirants who are preparing for RBI, NABARD, SEBI or any other banking examination, for example SBI PO, IBPS PO, then let me tell you, my dear friends, that this session is going to be very helpful for all of you, because in these sessions we cover the important current affair articles from the various newspapers, be it the PIB, Economic Times, The Hindu and other important newspapers, right? So that's why this session is going to be a one-stop solution for your requirement of current affairs. So now when we talk about the today's session, in this session we will be covering this complete list of topics that I have presented here before you, which includes PM-AASHA scheme, mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs, India-UAE, CPA, 25th CEC of India and all other important news articles. So let's start the today's session with the very first news article, which is on the PM-AASHA scheme, which is Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. So this scheme has been recently approved by the Government of India, and the Government of India has continued the tenure of the scheme till 2025-2026, right? So this scheme has received the continuation till 2025-2026, and this scheme is aimed to ensure remunerative prices to the farmers. As you can see that the name suggests Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. That means we are making sure that they are getting the adequate amount of money back for their particular crops, right? So we are conserving their salaries, Aay Sanrakshan. Okay, so you can see here that this scheme is aimed to ensure remunerative prices to the farmers and stabilizing essential commodity prices. So how we are stabilizing the commodity prices? By specifying the MSPs, that is by guaranteeing the minimum support prices for the specific crops which are grown by these farmers. Okay, so you can see here collectively this scheme provides remunerative prices to the farmers, reduce price volatility of agricultural commodities, as government is itself guaranteeing the MSP for the specific crops, and apart from that they will ensure availability to consumers at the affordable prices. So it is win-win situation for all the stakeholders, be it the farmers or the consumers, right? So we will be discussing more detail in the upcoming slide for this particular scheme. Now let's move ahead, that what exactly are the different things that has been announced by the government by enhancing and extending the tenure of this particular scheme. So government has approved the procurement of 100% of the state's tur, urad and masoor. So guys, we all know about the different types of pulses. So 100% of these tur, urad, masoor production will be procured by the Government of India for the year 2024-2025, and this will continue for a period of next 4 years, right? Apart from this, they have also approved tur procurement in the 9 states. So from 9 states, Government of India will be procuring tur production under the price support scheme for the Kharif 2024-2025 season. Okay, so price support scheme is one of the component of the Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan, that is PM-AASHA scheme, which gives hopes, which gives asha to the farmers that yes, their salaries are basically conserved due to this particular step taken by the Government of India. Now the PSS, when we talk about the price support scheme, it ensures procurement of notified pulses. So pulses, oil seeds and copra, तो इनकी procurement को यहाँ पर notify कर रहा है government that yes, we are there, we will be procuring your produces, and this will be conforming to fair average quality standards by the central nodal agencies, which includes the NAFED and the NCCF. NAFED is National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, and NCCF is National Cooperative Consumer Federation of India. Okay, so basically for both farmers as well as for the consumers, this step has been taken by the Government of India. And what will be done under this part of this particular initiative? So they will be incentivizing the farmers so that they can contribute to enhancement of domestic production. Guys, India की जो domestic production है, it will also get an encouragement with the help of this particular initiative. Why so? Because when the farmers are having the assurity of the government that government will be procuring their production, then basically farmers will try their best to even enhance the production of these pulses, and that's how we will be able to achieve this particular target under this extension of this scheme, right? So this will also lead to reduce the dependency on imports. So basically when we import the pulses, so basically this will reduce the dependency of imports from the other countries, right? Now guys, when we talk about the PM Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan, this scheme was launched in 2018 under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, right? And we have already discussed the key objective of the scheme, that is to provide remunerative prices to the farmers for their crops, right? As a part of this, we are providing them the fair prices for their crops. Apart from that, the government is guaranteeing the minimum support price for the specific crops, right? Apart from that, these farmers will be provided the accessibility to the market, and this will also lead to enhanced domestic production of the pulses in our country. Now when we talk about this scheme, there are some various components under the scheme. We have already covered about the price support scheme. Apart from that, we are having price deficiency payment scheme, market intervention scheme, price stabilization fund scheme, and pilot of private procurement and stockist scheme. So these are the 5 components under the PM-AASHA scheme. I hope guys it is very clear to all of you that what are the recent steps taken by the government of India in the terms of PM-AASHA scheme, and when it was being launched, what is the nodal ministry. We have covered all these particular details in quite a very detailed manner, right? So I hope that this point is very much clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next news article. So next news article is about the mutual credit guarantee scheme for the micro, small and medium enterprises. So guys, recently Nirmala Sitharaman ji, who is the Union Finance Minister of our country, she has launched the mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs. We all know that this scheme was announced by the government of India during the Union Budget 2025-2026. When we talk about this scheme guys, it is going to facilitate loans up to rupees 100 crore to the MSMEs. So basically the MSMEs who want to purchase machinery or equipment but without keeping any collateral, so basically they can, to such kind of MSMEs, the loans up to rupees 100 crore will be provided, right? Let's take an example. There is a MSME A, and this MSME, without keeping in collateral, it wants to purchase machinery or equipment for expanding its unit, right? And it wants to purchase this particular machinery or equipment up to the amount of rupees 100 crore. So it can take the loan from the banks for this particular part, right? And during this particular launch of the scheme, Union Minister has also inaugurated the first Sachal Aikar Seva Kendra at Mumbai. So India's first Sachal Aikar Seva Kendra has been opened in Mumbai, Maharashtra. And this Seva Kendra has been designed to facilitate access to the digital services. It is going to provide assistance for grievance redressal of the people and then promote tax awareness among the people, right? So not much information is required to be covered for this particular part, but yes, this scheme is very important from exam point of view. Now let's try to cover some important details about the scheme which are available right now in the public domain. So the scheme is going to provide 60% guarantee coverage guys. So guarantee coverage की अगर हम बात करें तो 60% तक की guarantee coverage this scheme will be provided, right? And this will be done by the National Credit Guarantee Trustee Company Limited, and this is also the organization which is responsible for managing this particular scheme, right? So to the member lending institutions, it will provide 60% of the guarantee coverage for a credit facility up to rupees 100 crore. We already discussed with you that yes, as a part of this scheme, the MSME can take a loan up to rupees 100 crores, right? So under the scheme, the borrower must be an MSME. So guys, in order to avail the benefit under the mutual credit guarantee scheme, the borrower must be an MSME with a valid Udyam registration number. We all know that these MSMEs are required to have a valid Udyam registration number. So this borrower must be an MSME and having a valid Udyam registration number. Okay. Now the guaranteed loan amount. The loan amount is only up to rupees 100 crores, right? This might be the case that they are purchasing the equipment and machinery of more than 100 crores, but they will only be getting the loan as a part of this scheme till the amount of rupees 100 crores, right? Although a total project can be higher, the total project cost can be at that I have already explained to you. Now additionally, at least 75% of the project cost must be for purchasing the equipment or machinery. If we take an example that yes, there is an MSME which is having a project of 200 crore rupees, right? So it has to make sure that 75% of that particular project must be for purchasing equipment or machinery only, then only this particular MSME will be able to take the avail the loan benefits under the mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs. I hope that this point is clear. Please remember 60% guarantee coverage will be provided. The maximum loan amount is rupees 100 crores for these MSMEs, and 75% of the cost must be at least for purchasing equipment or the machinery. So these are the things that we need to remember from here. Now, my dear friends, when we are covering the MSMEs, as we all know that the scheme was announced during the budget. During the budget 2025-2026, Government of India has also come up with a revised criteria for the micro, small and medium enterprises. For example, when we talk about the micro enterprise, the current limit for investment is rupees 1 crore, and now it has been increased to 2.5 crores. Right? So you can see here basically that the investment limit for all micro, small and medium enterprises has been increased by 2.5 times. You can see for small enterprises the value has been increased from 10 crore to 25 crores. For medium enterprise, the value has been increased from 50 crore to 125 crore rupees, right? And when we talk about the current turnover limits, guys, so it has been increased twice. ठीक है, उसको twice कर दिया गया. As you can see that the current turnover limit is 5 crore. Now it has been increased twice, and now the new limit is 10 crore. The 50 crore was for the small enterprise, and now it has been equal to 100 crore rupees. And similarly for medium enterprise, from 250 to 500 crore. So if you are having some kind of confusion and any problem in basically retaining these numbers, just make sure if you are able to remember the old values, then just multiply the investment limit by 2.5 and turnover limit by 2 in order to remember the new limits under the MSME revised eligibility criteria. I hope, guys, that these two schemes are very much clear to all of you. Right? Now let's move on to the next news article, that is India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Right? So my dear friends, when we talk about the United Arab Emirates Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, it was signed on 18th of February 2022, and now on 18th February 2025 this agreement has completed 3 years of its signing. And when we talk about the CEPA, guys, we all know that it entered into force on 1st of May 2022. So 1st May 2022 को ये enforce हुआ था, right? It came into execution, but it was signed on 18th of February 2025. I hope that this part is absolutely clear to all of you, right? So now, my dear friends, when we talk about the CEPA, so after the signing of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which was being signed between India and UAE in order to enhance their bilateral trade relations and to reduce the tariffs, in order to have a better trade numbers in the upcoming timeline, right? So when certain steps have been taken as a part of this agreement, some achievements have also been attained by this particular agreement. So since the signing of CEPA, the bilateral merchandise trade in our country has nearly, between these two countries, has nearly doubled from 43.3 billion to 83.7 billion dollars. You can see here that in 23-24 the value has increased to 83.7 billion US dollars, and the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement has really been successful. So whatever potential that we understood and we forecasted during the signing of this agreement, we are really able to see that yes, it has been implemented successfully. As we can see, the trade basket of non-oil trade has touched 57.8 billion US dollars, and we are having the target to increase this number to 100 billion dollars by 2030. ठीक है, तो by 2030 we are having the target of 100 billion US dollars. And now when we talk about some other targets as a part of this, we are having the target of the total value of bilateral trade between the two countries in terms of goods. It is $100 billion, and trade in services is over US $15 billion within 5 years. So next 5 years तक हमारा ये target है as a part of the CEPA. So my dear friends, I hope that it is very much clear to all of you, right? I hope this is clear. The India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which has completed its 3 years, and we have also covered its different achievements that we have seen in the previous time. Now let's move on to the next news article. So we all know, guys, that yesterday Rajiv Kumar, who was the Chief Election Commissioner and who was the 25th Chief Election Commissioner of India, basically has retired from his post, right? And now we have seen that a person, Gyanesh Kumar, has assumed the charge as the 26th Chief Election Commissioner of our Election Commission of India. ओके, सो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पर अपार्ट फ्रॉम द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर वी आर आल्सो हैविंग टू इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स in our chief election commission of India, that is Dr. Sukhbir Singh Sandhu and Dr. Vivek Joshi. So these are the election commissioners, and the chief election commissioner, present commissioner is Gyanesh Kumar. The person who was earlier serving is Rajiv Kumar. ठीक है, Gyanesh Kumar is the 26th chief election commissioner of Election Commission of India. Now let's try to cover some important details about the Election Commission of India. ये एक permanent constitutional body है जिसको 25 जनवरी 1950 को यहाँ सेटअप किया गया था. राइट, ये एक ऑटोनोमस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अथॉरिटी है जो कि इंडिया के अंदर फॉर ऑल द इलेक्शन प्रोसेसेस व्हिच आर देयर एंड ऑल द इलेक्शंस व्हिच आर टेकिंग प्लेस, दे आर एडमिनिस्टर्ड under the Election Commission of India only, right? And this administers elections to the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assemblies, offices of the president and the vice president in the country. So for all these kind of elections, the Election Commission of India is basically responsible in our nation. I hope that all these details are very much clear to all of you guys. Now let's move on to the next news article, that is second All India State Water Minister Conference, right? So guys, the second All India State Water Ministers Conference was recently held in Udaipur, Rajasthan, with the theme of India at the rate 2047, a water secure nation, right? And this high level dialogue where the state ministers, right, and the other ministers come together to stress on the water security in our country, to sit together and to discuss that how we can basically make the water security, ensure water security in our nation. And let me tell you guys, in order to basically provide functional household tap connection in our country, we are having a scheme that is the Jal Jeevan Mission, right? The Jal Jeevan Mission was launched in August 2019 under the Ministry of Jal Shakti, which has also organized this particular second All India State Water Ministers Conference, right? The target year for this scheme was of 2024. And now, my dear friends, when we talk about the achievement as a part of the Jal Jeevan Mission, we have seen the total 25 lakh women have been trained to test water quality using field testing kits in our country under the Jal Jeevan Mission, and 80% of rural households, see, over 80% of rural households are now having access to the tap water connections under the Jal Jeevan Mission. So this is a very big achievement for our country, and we have got to know about this during the second All India State Water Ministers Conference. So from this conference, just remember the theme, the place where it has been held, and and these 25 lakh women trained to test water quality using field testing kits. That is the important part. Now let's move on to the next news article, that is MOL, that is Minister of Labour and Employment has signed an MOU with the Apna. When we talk about Apna, it is a leading job recruitment platform. Okay? So basically what will happen is this Apna, it is going to list down the job opportunities for the people in the National Career Service Portal of our country, right? So NCS basically अगर हम बात करें, it is an initiative of the Ministry of Labour Employment, right? And with this inauguration, with this integration of Apna listing its job opportunities on the NCS portal, it is going to enhance job prospects for the young job seekers in our country, and it will bring more employment opportunities for the people of our nation. So what will happen as a part of this? We will see increase in the job opportunities. This is going to bring 10 lakh additional job opportunities annually to the NCS portal. And guys, in the previous some lectures, we have also seen that similar kind of MOU was being signed by Ministry of Labour Employment. Can you guys tell me in the chat box that what is the name of that organization? This is your homework. You have to tell me with which organization Ministry of Labour Employment recently signed an MOU for boosting job opportunities, not just in India but abroad as well. Right now, apart from that, it will also lead to strengthening domestic employment, and it will also bridge the gap between the talent and the employment opportunities. We all know that there is a lot of talent in our nation and a lot of employment opportunities as well, but people are not aware of them. So in order to make them aware, such kind of MOUs are being signed by Ministry of Labour Employment. Okay, now let's move on to the next news article, that is BIOFACH 2025. BIOFACH की अगर हम बात करें, it is the world's leading trade fair for organic food. So basically, the international organic food industry and natural cosmetics industry comes together in this particular exhibition, and this exhibition is taking place this year in Germany. Okay, so Germany mein it is taking place, where we are seeing the progress of the organic food industry across the world. And let me tell you guys, in order to celebrate India's cultural and agricultural rich heritage, APEDA, the Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, it has organized India's participation by showcasing the rich legacy of organic industry in our country. Right? So how it has been done? By ensuring the participation of Indian exporters in this particular exhibition. And during this exhibition, one more important thing was done, that is a letter of intent was being signed between BIOFACH, between the Nuremberg Messe and APEDA, as a part of which it has been announced that next year the partner country for 2026 BIOFACH will be India only. Okay, so please remember, all the NABARD aspirants, please remember this particular detail, that India will be the partner country of the year at BIOFACH 2026. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you, and from here we should remember the name of this exhibition, where it is taking place, and next year which country will be the partner country for BIOFACH 2026. That will be India. That is the right answer. Now let's move on to the next important news article, guys. That is India's first open air art wall museum. So recently, Union Minister of State for Science and Technology has inaugurated India's first open air art wall museum. So India's first open air art wall museum has been inaugurated at Mausam Bhavan in New Delhi, and this has been done by celebrating the 150 years of the India Meteorological Department, which is basically a organization which is responsible for providing us the climate updates, the weather forecast and everything, and it is working since 1875, guys. It was established in 1875, and this year we have seen 150 years completion of the India Meteorological Department. Right? And this also shows the legacy of the IMD's meteorological legacy and its impact across this whole society. So just remember, the India's first open air art wall museum has been inaugurated in Mausam Bhavan in New Delhi. Right? Moving to the next news article. That is program agreement signed with Reliance New Energy Battery Limited. Guys, let me tell you, recently a program agreement has been signed with the Reliance New Energy Battery Limited, and this MOU has been signed under the ACC scheme, right? The PLI scheme for advanced chemistry cell. So before moving ahead to this particular MOU, it is very important for us to understand this ACC, that is advanced chemistry cell. So guys, today we all know that we are having the target of becoming the net zero carbon emission country by 2070, right? And for that part, we are coming up with so many initiatives like International Solar Alliance is there, where we are basically working for where we are promoting the solar energy. Right, the usage of solar energy. We have Pradhan Mantri Muft Bijli Ghar Yojana. We are having the FAME scheme, right, for enhancing the electric mobility in our nation. So basically, guys, whenever we are coming up with such kind of technologies, for example, the solar panels, in the, we can say, the windmills, right, in the electric vehicles, we need that the electric energy has been stored, and it can be used efficiently from these stored devices. So these advanced chemistry cell batteries are basically those batteries which are really having a very high capability of saving and storing these energy in itself, and it also leads to the efficient usage of this particular energy. Right? So as a part of this agreement which has been signed for this advanced chemical cell, basically the agreement has awarded 10 gigawatt hour of ACC capacity to the Reliance New Energy Battery Limited. Okay? We all know that as a part of the PLI ACC scheme, which was approved in May 2021, we have tried to establish a robust advanced battery manufacturing ecosystem in our country, and to make India a global hub as well. And that is why we have basically set a target of 50 gigawatt hour of manufacturing capacity. Right? And as a part of this particular target only, this 10 gigawatt hour has been assigned to the Reliance New Energy Battery Limited as a part of the PLI ACC scheme. So I hope that we have now covered this scheme as well. We have now covered these important details also, and it is very much clear to all of you. Right? So, and you will be able to definitely answer the question in the exam if a question is being asked from this particular article. Now let's move on to the next news article, that is on the 5th International Conference on Green Metro System, the Future of Urban Mobility. So recently the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation has organized this particular conference in New Delhi along with the CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, and India Green Building Council, right? And during the conference, the India's first vertical bifacial solar plant installation has also been inaugurated on Metro Viaduct in the Okhla Vihar metro station. Guys, what exactly it is? When we talk about these bifacial panels, so they are having the capability of capturing sunlight from both the sides, right? ये दोनों ही साइड से इसको कैप्चर कर पाते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, वी ऑल नो कि जो मेट्रो वायरडक्ट्स होते हैं उनके अराउंड वी सी सच काइंड ऑफ पैनल्स, राइट? दैट इज द बाइफेशियल पैनल्स. फ्रॉम वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम they will be capturing the sunlight directly from the sun, but the remaining sunlight which is falling on the roof or on the building, it will be, the other side will be capturing the sunlight from these particular sources. So that is what the bifacial panel is, right? And this is going to provide advantage to the metro's elevated structure. So we all know that we are having so much high elevated structures in the metros, so unko yahan par efficiently use kiya jayega for basically making the Indian metro more sustainable in the nature. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next news article, that is exercise Komodo. So Indian Navy has deployed platform INS Shardul and long range maritime surveillance P-8I aircraft in Bali, Indonesia, and they will be participating in an exercise that is Komodo, which is basically a kind of exercise for enhancing the interoperability between the forces of the two nations, right? तो एक multilateral naval exercise है जिसके अंदर India will also be participating, and during this particular part they will also be participating in the prestigious international fleet review, right, which will be done by the Indonesian president. So now when we talk about this part, guys, that is this exercise, this is following the another exercise which took place in January 2025. Can anybody tell me the name of that exercise in January 2025? So India conducted La Perouse exercise with Indonesia in January 2025, and this exercise Komodo will be following this particular exercise. I hope this point is also clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next news article, that is Aadi Mahotsav. So recently President of India has inaugurated the national tribal festival, that is Aadi Mahotsav in New Delhi, and this festival is being celebrated by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs from 16 to 24th of February 2025. This year the theme of celebration is a celebration of the spirit of entrepreneurship, tribal craft, culture, cuisine and commerce. So this is the theme for the Aadi Mahotsav for year 2025. Now my dear friends, let me tell you that in our country, TRIFED is one of the organization which is having the responsibility of uplifting the tribal communities in our nation. And that's why, while seeing the occasion of Aadi Mahotsav, TRIFED has signed an MOU with the Tea Trunk, which is the finest Indian tea leaves and unique blend, right? It is a brand, and let me tell you that with the Tea Trunk, TRIFED, that is a Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, which basically promotes the products which are being created by the tribal craftsmen. So उनको ये promote करता है, and it has signed an MOU with the Tea Trunk. That will be in order to boost the economy by leveraging Tea Trunk's market presence. ठीक है, उनका जो market presence है उसको और ज्यादा यहाँ पर इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा to provide a wider choice of products to its existing customer base. So basically Tea Trunk की अगर हम बात करते हैं, ये एक हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है, और इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर हमारे जो ट्राइबल फार्मर्स हैं, ठीक है, जो बेसिकली टीज को यहाँ पे टी लीव्स की फार्मिंग करते हैं, सो उनको यहाँ पर एनरोल किया जाएगा, उनको ऑनबोर्ड किया जाएगा, so that the customer base of this Tea Trunk will be having the accessibility to the wider choice of products. And for this part, this MOU has been signed between Tea Trunk and the TRIFED. So I hope that this MOU is also clear to all of you. So now we are done with all the news, important news articles of the today's session, and I hope guys that all of you are really able to understand these news articles. And now it's a good time that we should also solve some MCQs on the same, so that we can analyze ourselves whether we are able to retain all the important information from these important news articles or not, right? So let's try to answer this first question. The question is on the PM-AASHA scheme. The scheme is, and here you can see that the three questions, the three statements are being mentioned, and you need to see that which of the following statements are correct here. So the first statement is that it is aimed to ensure remunerative prices to farmers and stabilize essential commodity prices. Absolutely right. As per our today's discussion, this statement is absolutely correct. Second statement, the tur procurement under the PSS will take place in 9 states for the Kharif 2024-25 season. And the PM-AASHA scheme was launched in 2020 and is approved for continuation only until 2024-2025. Okay, so you can see here that it was launched in 2020, but guys, as per our discussion, the scheme was launched in 2018 and it has been extended till 2025-2026. That means the statement is incorrect. Right answer is option A, that is 1 and 2. I hope everybody is able to answer this question. If yes, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Now let's move on to the next question. So the Election Commission of India bid farewell to Dash, who will be demitting the office of the Chief Election Commissioner as the 25th CEC. He has been succeeded by Dash, who assumed the charge as the 26th CEC. So what is the name of the person who is demitting the office? That is Rajiv Kumar, and the person who is succeeding him is Gyanesh Kumar. So option A is the right answer. Next question. So Dash was announced as the partner country of year at BIOFACH 26, and the BIOFACH 2025 is taking place at which place? So India is the partner and Nuremberg, Germany is the place where this is taking place. So option A is the right answer to this question. Next question. So India's first open air Art World Museum was inaugurated at which of the following places, guys? It was inaugurated at New Delhi. Mausam Bhavan, New Delhi के अंदर इसको inaugurate किया गया. That is why it is the right answer. Okay, so now my dear friends, I am having a homework question for all of you, that all of you are required to give me the right answer in the comment section, and all the people who will be giving me the right answer to this part in the comment section, they will be my star performers on the next session. If we talk about the homework question of the previous session, the question was on the report, that is the status of devolution to panchayats, right? And we were required to identify the correct statement here, and here the right answer was option A. And I can see in the chat box and in the comment section that so many people have given me the right answer, and these are the star performers, which includes Vishwajit, the Dream Master, Shivangi, Suraj, Kanika, Banita, Babita, Utkarsh, Suresh, Renuka, Jayant, Pushpendra, Gururaj, Rajkumar, Lakshmi, and Ravi, and 6 cents. So all these people have answered the question correctly, guys. Well done, and keep it up. Always make sure that yes, you are trying your best, you are giving your best, and just make sure that the momentum that you are having right now, stay with that particular momentum. Try to work on your weak areas and try to convert them into your strength areas, right? So that is what the major objective of these sessions, that we not just tell you that what kind of current affair you are required to cover, what are the latest current affairs which we have seen in the news, but we also tell you that what are the different dimensions you need to cover from these current affairs, what are the important fact and figure you need to remember, and at the end, the most important part is the retention of this current affair, and we are trying that yes, you are able to retain all these important things from the exam point of view. Okay, I will be waiting for your answers in the comment section. And now guys, if you are still new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And apart from that, if you want to revise this particular session, you need to access the PDF of the session, and you can get the access by joining our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description of this session. So my dear friends, that was all from the today's session. I hope that yes, this session was really fruitful and useful to all of you. And now I will be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.